My son Derek just paid 20 grand to get me out of the country on a one-way cruise ticket, hoping the cold Atlantic would wash away his guilt. He planned my accident, but he made one mistake. He forgot who raised him. I'm already on the ship, the hitman is on board, and for the next 7 days, this luxury liner is about to become a death trap. Only one of us is making it back to the States alive. Watch this to see how a mother became the predator. My name is Olivia. I'm 64 years old, and I was born and raised right outside the city limits of Chicago, Illinois. The day my son Derek handed me a cruise ticket to relax, I should have known the whole thing was shady. The smile on his face? It was a mask, y'all. I was heading to the port, right out of the tri-state area, but realized I'd left my blood pressure medication at home in my medicine cabinet. I went back inside my house quietly, and that's when I heard Derek on the phone with his wife Sophia, and the words that came out of his mouth were ice cold. Don't worry, honey. It's a one-way ticket. Once she's on the high seas, in the middle of the ocean, it'll be easy to make it look like an accident. No one is going to suspect a thing about an old woman who fell overboard. My heart didn't just drop, it shattered. I realized I was standing behind the door of my own home, hearing my only son plot my murder for a $200,000 life insurance payout and the house inheritance. I took a deep breath and straight up said to myself, if that's how it's going to be, dear, then we'll do it your way, but you will regret this 3 times over. My son, the boy I raised with so much love, had just made the biggest mistake of his life. You think your life is drama-free? You think you can truly trust your closest family? Spoiler alert, if you're watching this true story of betrayal and you still haven't subscribed, you're telling the algorithm you're fine with this kind of darkness. Don't let your own story end like this. Hit that subscribe button right now, or admit in the comments that you're too scared of the truth to click it. I wasn't some helpless old lady. I was a survivor from Chicago, Illinois, who raised a kid alone after my husband died. I got on that massive ship, the Caribbean Star, and the first thing I did was call a number I'd been holding on to. Detective Robert, a private investigator. I didn't mince words. Detective Robert, my son is trying to kill me. I'm on a cruise right now, and he thinks this is a one-way trip for me. My gut told me the key was money. Derek and Sophia were always complaining about needing a bigger house, more expensive everything. I told Robert to dig deep into Derek's finances, especially any gambling debts. On the ship, I met my ally, George, an absolute boss from Coral Gables, Florida. George saw right through my fake vacation glow. When I finally spilled the tea, George, my son is trying to kill me and I have 7 days to stop him, George didn't flinch. He immediately volunteered to help me prove Derek's true intentions. This total stranger, George, offered me more loyalty in an hour than my own flesh and blood had in years. Derek and Sophia thought they were slick, but the truth always comes out. Think about all the secrets and lies people get away with when no one is watching. Don't let this story get buried. Subscribe now so you don't miss the moment justice is served. If you refuse, go ahead and comment the word silent below and we'll know you'd rather look the other way. That night my phone rang. It was Derek playing the concerned son. George and I were ready, recording the call. I asked the million-dollar question. Derek, a silly question. I checked my documents and I only see the ticket to get on the ship. Do you have my return flight info back to Chicago? The silence on the line was heavy. He sputtered an excuse about the travel agency handling it. Busted. The next morning, George and I marched down to the passenger services office. We spoke to an attendant named Sam. Sam checked the system. Mrs. Olivia Miller, I see you have a reservation for a 7-day cruise, but there is absolutely no reservation for a return flight to Chicago. Derek had straight up booked a one-way ticket, proving premeditated intent. George and I bought a return ticket right then and there to guarantee my survival. A text message came in from Derek. Perfect. Mom, just be careful near the railings. Heard people get dizzy with the movement and lose their balance. George looked at the phone and his eyes went wide. Olivia, he whispered. He just suggested how you're going to die. An accident near the railing. He was planting the story for the police report back home. Derek thought his mom was a fool, an easy payout. Don't you dare let anyone underestimate you. Smash that like button to show the world you are a force to be reckoned with. And if you're ever afraid to fight back, comment the word fight and let us know what gives you strength. Later, while George and I were chilling by the top deck pool, I saw a guy in a strange green shirt, low-key, staring at me from the bar. George confirmed it. He was a lookout. maybe the one hired to finish the job. Derek hadn't just bought a one-way ticket, he had hired a hitman. This whole time Derek was watching, waiting for his chance. Imagine the absolute terror of knowing your life hangs in the balance and your own child is pulling the strings. If you want to see Derek pay for his sins, you need to subscribe. If you bail out now, you're leaving a killer on the loose. Let your moral compass guide your hand. Subscribe or tell us in the comments if you think Derek deserves to walk free. Those 7 days on the ship were my boot camp. I turned from the prey to the predator. Detective Robert found all the proof of Derek's massive gambling debts. George had the recordings of Derek's admissions. When I got back to the land of the free, not to Chicago but straight to the authorities, I handed them a slam-dunk case. And Derek regretted it. He regretted it when the cuffs went on. He regretted it when the jury handed down a guilty verdict. He's going to spend the next 18 years in a state penitentiary, serving time, remembering that he messed with the wrong woman. I'm Olivia, and I survived the deepest betrayal imaginable. I am a woman who discovered that it's never too late to be reborn. I turned my own son from hunter to prey. You watched this far, you know the whole story. You know the danger. If you click away now, you're choosing to forget Olivia's pain, to ignore the truth, and to let Derek's dark ambition win. Don't be that person. Subscribe right now to honor Olivia's strength and to send a message to every snake out there that they won't get away with it. If you still won't subscribe, tell us in the comments. Why are you hiding? We want to know what you're afraid of.